Hey there, guys. My computer's from the Stone Age, so I'm having to make a YouTube video and post the presentation. So just follow along with me. I'll let you know when we switch slides and such. But yeah, starting on slide 1 here. I'm Ryan Palmisano. The artist of the work that I chose is Charles Lewis Hyde. It was created in 1857, and the location is Underhill, Vermont, United States, and it is Mount Mansfield. So going on to the next slide. This is the artwork that I chose. As you can tell, this is Mount Mansfield from Charles's point of view, what he saw, how he felt, and the emotion that he received as he was making this work of art. Continuing to the formal aspects, focusing on that focal point. In my opinion, that focal point is going to be Mount Mansfield itself, and something I want us to pay attention to specifically is the stroke style. This is not a quick flick of the wrist stroke that he's used to create this artwork. This is something that was short strokes, careful strokes, slow, and something that took a lot of detail, whether it was creating texture, whether it was creating that faded feel of Mount Mansfield, as we can tell that is faded into the background. It almost has a ghost-like aura to it, you could say, the way that it's almost disappearing into that background. On top of that, you're going to see a lot of blend. So on that focal point itself, the mountain has got an incredible blend to it. It blends into that background, and every part of this work has that warm color coming from behind it. Anything from the grass, the ocean, water, and the mountain itself, all those colors that are generally thought of as cool have that warm sense of feeling coming from behind them. Obviously, this is a naturalistic painting, of course. We're seeing nature in its finest state and what he sees and the emotion that he felt as he was watching this and making this piece. Onto that fourth slide, we're going to go to the formal aspects of the background, or what our eyes follows next. In my opinion, after we find this mountain, our eyes are going to come downward, and we're going to look at the flourishing nature that lies underneath, whether it's the forest, whether it's that golden path, whether it's the water streaming. And again, something I want us to pay attention to is those cool colors that really create that bottom layer are still very warm. Everything has that pink background, and it gives it that warmth and sense of happy, calm, exciting emotion that we get from the color, and it is something that's very warm overall. The pathway that we see is almost golden-like, in my opinion. It's got that golden pathway, and it's almost as if you're continuing onto something more beautiful as we continue going forward towards Mount Mansfield. Onto the fifth slide, the artwork that I chose was The Beaches 1845 by Asher Brown Duran. So as we compare these two, you can clearly tell they're both about nature's point of view. And again, as we're looking, there is that faded background almost, as you can tell from Mount Mansfield and the beaches in that background where the water lies. Everything, it's almost pale-like in the background. Everything sort of fades away, and you continue down that path to what is supposed to be the focal point. In addition to that, they both have this flowering nature surrounding the focal point, and it grows and continues to spread outward, as does the beaches painting. On top of this, they both provide depth to the painting itself. It's almost as you're walking towards something, you can see it off to the distance, and you're continuing to walk forward. The other painting that I selected was Antoine, I can't pronounce his last name, Pilgrimage to Cytherea. This work is a little bit different, obviously, in its style, clearly. The brush strokes are much quicker in the Pilgrimage painting. But what I caught most from this is, again, you're seeing that background of everything disappearing in the back and that flourishing nature in front. On top of that, one of the main reasons I selected this painting was I feel as though it represents the journey to finding nature's beauty. You know, everywhere you travel, you're seeing some sort of the beautiful world that was created naturally. It's the world in its most specific and just plain view, but there's always a journey to get there. And the pilgrimage, you obviously have folks traveling, and again, it's not to the exact representation, but I do feel as though it's a part of that journey and that belief that it's finding nature's beauty is also about the journey to get there. Our last slide here, number 7, is again the painting of Mount Mansfield, and my most favorite details really is the texture behind this. Everything has, you can almost see the leaf on each tree. It's almost as if the sun is setting on a warm summer night. You know, that pink sky, you know it's going to be hot the next day. There's that beauty of our world in its natural state. And I think it gives us that reminder to stop sometimes and take a look at what we see and enjoy what we see. So thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a good day and have fun with finals.